Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a spring makeup look. I'm actually testing some new spring things that I picked up. So I really wanted to, let me roll my sleeves up here because I want to do some swatches for you guys. I picked up some spring launches and I have been playing around with them and I have some thoughts. So I thought I would do a look with all of them, and then the few ones that I don't do a look with, I'll just swatch and show you. Let's start with foundation. I am using the Teint Idole stick foundation from Lancome, and I have a demo video of me wearing it and putting it on so you can see how it looks from start to finish. So I'll go ahead and link that below. So I started with that already. I wear the shade 140 Ivory N. All right, so let's move on to eyes. So I'll go ahead and just kind of, you know what? Am I going to add a little bit of concealer? You know what? I'll add a bit of concealer when I'm done with my eyes. So let me go ahead and do my brows and prep my lid. I've got my Hourglass brow pencil, my Urban Decay primer potion. I'll go ahead and prep my eyes and be right back to start the eyeshadow. Okay, brows and eye primer or eyeshadow primer is done. So let's talk about the eyeshadow I'm going to use. I picked up the Tom Ford the summer eyeshadow, the cream and powder eye color in Adonis. So it's like this gorgeous kind of silvery taupey color. So let me just swatch all right, and I'll talk about it in a second, but the top color is powdery. Very, very hard to see. I mean, if you can barely see it on my hand there. And the cream part, very similar to, what's that color, platinum or something, but still, I mean, not 100% the same, but absolutely gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. So that's what I'm going to put on the lid. Okay, let's talk about this. I have had one of these before from years past. I can't remember. I had like a peachy color, and I really ended up using the cream eyeshadow more than I did the powder one. And that is the case with this one. But I have to say that the powder shadow in last year's I had like this peachy gold color. I'm sure one of you remembers it. The powder shadow was quite significant. It gave a good deal of coverage, and it was, you know, a little bit chunky and glittery, but it definitely still showed up even if I wanted to use it on its own. That is not the case with this. And I was really, you know, I tried this in store when I was at Neiman's, and I swatched this color, and so you can see the color a little more close up. I had swatched the color on my hand and loved the cream shadow. I was like, oh my gosh, yay. And then got to the powder shadow and I thought to myself, it'll probably be maybe a little bit chunky, there'll be a little bit of fallout, but it'll still have some color and it'll be worth it. I swatched it on my hand and I was like, ooh, that's not good. Maybe it's because it's the tester. So I decided to order it anyway. No. It's just, I mean, I'm trying to put the color on top. As you can see, there is next to nothing coming off here. It's just, I mean, it's almost like I have to, you know, dig with like my fingernail to kind of pull off the top. It's just, but the tester in store had been used a lot, so even down deeper, it doesn't get much more coverage. For that, it's a big disappointment for me, and I'm actually contemplating, I've only used it a few times, but I'm contemplating returning it because I just feel like it's too much of a waste to never use the powder side and only use the cream. If that's the case, I'll just find another cream shadow that I like and just go with that. So this was really a disappointment, sorry to say. The Dior mascara, let's move on to mascara. Dior just launched a new mascara. This is the, I don't know, oh, the Pump and Volume. And I already am a huge fan of Dior Show. Love it, love it, love it. One of my holy grail mascaras. And I'm hoping that you can see this brush. It's very, very spiky And the Dior Show mascara is very kind of fanned and fluffy. This is definitely a little bit, they're not long spikes, but it's definitely short and spiky. So I had really high hopes for this because I'm already a huge fan of Dior Show. And initially, it goes on quite nicely. I definitely found that it gives a pretty dramatic lash. It's very, very dark and inky black, which I like. And I'm going to show you a close-up of my lashes. I'm going to, oh my gosh, I always do that. I forgot to bring Q-tips with me. I always get it on my brow. So, as you can see, it definitely gives quite a dramatic lash initially. And it makes them long, it makes them thick, and I love that. Okay, now here is the downside. The downside is there's just something about it. Like on this side, it's already starting to clump a little bit more, which I am not a fan of. I mean, I'm a fan of clumpiness. Talked about this before. I know many people like clumpiness. There is good clumpy and there is bad clumpy. There's good spider lashes and there's bad spider lashes. And I just find like it begins to stick a little bit more than I like. But what really kind of made me not love this, which is really sad because been on a Dior kick lately, loving everything that I've picked up by them, especially complexion products. So, but what really turned me off is it left bits all over my upper brow throughout the day. So here's the final look. I mean, it's definitely very dramatic, which I love. And so I went back and forth with this because I was like, I love it. I love the dramatic lash. My lashes almost look fake. They look really intense. And I love that for day. And I really like them to stand out. But it's a very wet formula. It's a wet, thick formula. But I got little bits throughout my brow, left on my brow throughout the day, and I even had some falling on my cheek. And then the piece de resistance is I tried to take it off later that evening with like a really tough cleansing oil. And it was so difficult to get off. And that really was a bit of a bummer. I was definitely disappointed. Let me add some concealer under my eyes. This is just the Urban Decay concealer. I just wanted a little bit of brightness under my eyes. I know it seems like it's white, but it blends out nicely. I bought this tiny little beauty blender, and I don't know why I did, because it is just a waste. Do any of you use the smaller ones? Because I find like I just don't understand what the big deal is. Like, what's the big deal? The regular size beauty blender works just fine if I like pinch it right here. So I don't understand the smaller one. It's just really, I'm not loving it. Okay. All right, moving on to face. Okay. I'm saying okay a lot. Sorry. Moving on to highlighter. That was the one cheap product that I bought from the new spring collection or new spring launches. The Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. It's a liquid highlighter for the face. You guys, I'm not a huge highlighter fan. Number one, I don't have like really prominent cheekbones. I don't have like amazing cheekbones that they just like bounce off of. Number two, I don't know. I have some highlighters that I like, but I'm not like always needing to glow. And I don't use a lot of cream or liquid highlighters, but this is unreal. And I had read that. I had heard that this was absolutely unbelievable. And that, oh my gosh, look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And what's even better about this is that it looks really, really bold, let's say, when it's on my hand. But when on the skin, it kind of just disappears into nothingness. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best way to apply it. And let me see if I'm just going to look into the camera here because I really want you guys to be able to get like a close-up look of how it's just literally melting into my skin. And it's stunning. I probably pulled it too far down, didn't I? So it's going to be like highlighter right here. But absolutely stunning. And throughout the day, even more beautiful. It just keeps getting better. So this, I don't know, you know, I mean, obviously I think if you have slightly darker skin than me, I think it'll be even more beautiful, because that's always my problem with highlighters, is I'm just so fair. So for them really to show up on me, it, you know, it's got to be almost like white. So I was really kind of worried that this wouldn't show up on me, but it does. Oh my gosh. And like I said, I am definitely, when it comes to, I know how to apply my makeup and I know how to make it look nice, but I will say that highlighter placement is not my best asset. Nope, I am not like your go-to YouTube guru for highlighter placement. Sometimes I pull it too far down and it's too much here and whatever. But you get the gist. And it's absolutely stunning. This is if there's one product out of all the new spring launches I'm going to show you that you need to get, it's this. It is a must-have. And it's just, it looks just like second skin. Absolutely beautiful. And throughout the day, I don't find that it makes my skin look any oilier or shinier. Let's take a little bit of loose powder and just dust down the middle of my face. This is just my Laura Mercier Invisible setting powder. Invisible loose powder. Little fuzzies are coming all off the brush. Just going to do a little bit underneath here. Okay. This foundation doesn't necessarily need it, but I just kind of wanted to set it with a little bit of powder. Oh gosh, just beautiful. All right. Blush wise, I'm just going to use something from my Hourglass palette. I think probably I'll just do this pinky one right here. What's that pink one? Luminous Flush. Which I think would be pretty and would kind of, you know, blend in well with the highlighter. Right, blush is done, and I'm just going to take a little bit of my foundation and just kind of add a little bit right around my nose here. Okay, so cheeks are done, still loving that highlight, absolutely stunning. All right, let's talk lips. I've got a few to show you today. I've got a Dior, the new Addict Lacquer Stick. I purchased it in the shade 344 Rolling. So this is what it looks like. It's like a nice, gorgeous peach color, which I thought would look good with this look. And the texture is really nice, really creamy, and kind of, when I was reading it, it looked like it was supposed to be more of a fuller coverage, like balm texture, but fuller coverage. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this, and it's not full coverage, but it's nice. Not mind-blowing, but definitely nice. And it wears okay throughout the day. I mean, I definitely don't think it doesn't wear like a matte lipstick, and I did need to reapply a few times. But it, you know, has some color to it. I'm sure if you buy one of the bolder shades, it might last a little bit longer. But it's not earth-shattering to me. It's not like the must-have lip for spring. I don't know if there is a must-have lip for spring, but this just isn't really. It's not like really wowing me. It's okay. Okay, moving on to the final two lip products that I have. I purchased two of the Bobbi Brown Art Stick Liquid Lips. This is the shade Hot Tangerine. So this is definitely a bold red-orange shade, kind that I love, you guys know. That is absolutely stunning. And then I purchased a nude in the shade Perfect Nude. And so these are I'm already a huge fan of the Art Sticks in the regular matte formulation, have been for a long time. Just think they are some of the best formula of matte pencils around. When they first launched, I was just like head over heels, and have stayed head over heels for them. So I was really excited to try this new formula. And I completely didn't like it. Let me first put it on and then let's talk. I'm gonna do the perfect nude because I think it looks good with this look. And so you just squeeze it and apply it. You know, you're just kind of squeezing and applying. I guess you could use a lip brush if you wanted. Okay. And the color is perfection. Absolute perfection. I'm sure I have some of my teeth. There it is. Okay. Color is absolute perfection. Beautiful. Exactly what I want. A nude lip. It's like a little bit bold, but not too light, not too dark, not too rose, not too brown, not too orange, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Why don't I like them? The application is maddening to me. Like, squeezing this out is so, I know, sorry, like first world problems, you know, oh, like you can't squeeze it out. But I have to say, like, it's just, I'm not a fan of it. I am really on the fence about keeping these because trying to apply them, just, I can't seem to get like a clean lip line, and I find that it just is really difficult to apply, and I can't apply it on the go. I'd have to have a mirror, and I'd have to make sure I like touched it up and maybe even had a lip liner so that I could go all the way to the edge of my lip without going over. And it's just really frustrating. Let me just show you what the top of it looks like. So it just squeezes out the top there, and the formula, it's nice, it's creamy, it's not a very dry matte. So it's a liquid lip, so I don't think it's supposed to be a matte liquid lip, let's say. But it definitely, it's not too creamy, but not too matte, falls right in the middle. Feels very comfortable, lasts quite a long time. I found that I didn't really need to touch up too much throughout the day, but I had to touch up. And when I did, I like needed a mirror, I needed good lighting, I needed to get it, I needed a tissue with me. So I was really disappointed. So in summary, all of the spring stuff that I tried, I only ended up really liking two things. The 3 lip products. The Dior thing, it just didn't wow me. Like, okay, great, another lipstick. It's kind of creamy, it's kind of smooth, and it gives good coverage. Like, yawn, I have a million of them. So it didn't, and the color wasn't like really wowing me. The 2 Bobbi Brown lip colors, the color, perfect nude, perfection. Application is maddening, and it just drives me crazy. This Tom Ford eyeshadow in Young Adonis. The eyeshadow, the cream part, stunning, beautiful. The powder part, it's non-existent. Like, I couldn't get anything off of it. So that is definitely a no for me. The Dior mascara initially goes on really well, and I had high hopes for, but the little bits are left on my brow and all in my cheeks, and I'm not loving that. So I'm gonna stick with my Dior show. Then we are down to the 2 that I loved. The Marc Jacobs highlighter, oh, look at that highlight, stunning. And what is that? The Dewdrops. Get this. If you get nothing else, get that for spring and summer. The Tenti Doll Ultra Makeup Stick, beautiful, as I assumed that it would be because I already love the Tenti Doll Liquid Foundation. So I hope you found this helpful, and maybe I tried out some stuff that you were interested in. Sorry if I gave kind of a Debbie Downer review, but I really wanted to give you my thoughts on these, because I had really high hopes for everything, and then I was just like, well, that left me underwhelmed. So I will link everything down below. If you tried any of this stuff, please let me know. Give me your thoughts. Maybe you have a different opinion, and I would love to hear that always. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.